WR since 2019, right before the pandemic started. Joining the company, my credit score was at a 640. After joining the company, within 30 to 60 days, my credit score went up over 100 and some odd points. I'm currently at an 819. I'm able to do so much more with the 819 than I was with the 640. One of them being I was able to refinance my home at a very low interest rate, saving me over $100,000 in interest over the term of the loan. Not only did they help me with my credit score, they also helped position me to be able to pay off over $20,000 in credit card debt in less than 5 months. In a pandemic, you guys, absolutely insane. This company is phenomenal. MWR is allowing me to do so much more for my family. They're positioning me to leave a legacy, but not only that, to actually live it with them.
Welcome. My name is Dawid Israel. I have been blessed to find the keys to wealth. I'm sharing this video because it is my responsibility to share this information with you. If you're not running to contact me or click on the link associated with this video after you watch this video, right? That means that you have missed something and you need to watch this video over and over again until you understand the importance of starting immediately. With that being said, today I will share with you how to become your own bank, how to protect your assets, how to generate wealth unto your 10th generation, and how the Gates, the Carters, the Buffetts, the Rockefellers invest their money so that they never go broke. The beauty of this is that your wealth will not depend on what others do, only what you yourself do. And that is extremely powerful. You do not need to quit your job, start a business, or anything like that. You do not need to get another job or bring more money into your household. You can become wealthy with the money that you already have coming in. What's even more exciting is that everyone can afford this. For the cost of a Starbucks latte, you can set you, your family, and your children's children on the path to wealth. How would it feel to be able to retire your children before they are born? How would it feel to be able to use your money twice instead of just once? How would it feel to be able to take care of your family no matter what emergency arises? And how would it feel to be able to create generational wealth for at least your next 10 generations? And how would it feel to be able to truly retire from your job making more money than you were making when you were working at the job? If you answer that you would feel good or great to any of these questions, you are ready to start on your journey to true wealth. The American people have been pigeonholed into believing that everyone follows the same rules when it comes to money, and that everyone is privy to the same information. This could not be further from the truth. In reality, there are two different universes when it comes to money. Notice I did not say two different worlds or planets. I specifically said universes. And the reason being is that all of the rules are different. For instance, in the financial universe that the average American lives in, you can only use your money one time, right? But in the universe of the wealthy, you can use your money multiple times. This is just one example of a myriad of differences that are found in the two universes. Here's the catch. 99% of people are not aware of the second universe. You hear about it all the time, but you are purposefully steered away from it. How do they steer you away? Have you ever heard the saying, if it is too good to be true, it probably is? Well, the wealthy understand that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably isn't. If you study wealthy people, They usually take advantage of opportunities that other people pass up. In other words, they take advantage of the opportunities that other people consider too good to be true. Next, the wealthy understand that positioning comes before success, which means that while the average person is pondering, right, over whether or not to do something, those that are wealthy have already made the choice to do it. This means that they will gain the most because, as the average finally make up their mind and do it, the wealthy are already being paid. The wealthy understand wealth trends and how to position themselves before everyone else. They step in front of the trend. So when everyone else catches up, they are already getting paid, and then they're going to get paid off of those that came in later. The beauty of what I'm sharing with you today is that it comes with no risk whatsoever. What blew me away about the universe of the wealthy is that they are able to make their earnings multiply their money, receive high returns with absolutely no risk whatsoever. Have you ever wondered why those with true wealth, such as the Rockefellers, never seem to lose any money? Their generations just keep getting paid. Have you noticed that there is nothing that you can put your money in that will give you a significant enough return without risk for you to win year after year, no matter what happens to the economy? Have you noticed that the wealthy win year after year after year, no matter what happens to the economy? In the average financial universe, you cannot become wealthy, and you definitely cannot multiply your money without risk. Pensions are a thing of the past, and 401ks and IRAs have massive risk. If you watched Celia's testimonial that I posted on Facebook and YouTube, she shared that she had lost money in both her 401k and IRA account. The sad part was that she had no idea that she had lost money in her accounts because she was not alerted of such until she started working with financial wealth experts, and she had to look at her account. To her amazement, she was losing her retirement before she even retired, even though she was still putting money in her account every paycheck. If you study the wealthy, you will also find that they do something that the average person does not do. Ford said it best, and I'm paraphrasing when he answered the judge and said this: "Why should I clutter my mind with all of these facts when I can just push a button and have an expert answer any question at any time?" The key takeaway is that the wealthy use experts for everything, especially finance. This is the major separator. The wealthy find the best experts for the job. The average person tries to do everything themselves. A jack of all trades is a master at none. The wealthy did not become wealthy because of their genius in finance. The wealthy became wealthy because they found experts that are masters in the field of wealth and utilized them to their advantage. So you might ask, why doesn't everyone use financial experts? And the answer is very simple. The experts that an American with an average income can talk to only has the information in the average financial universe, or what is known as public information. Until now, unless you were making millions of dollars per year or more, it could even be that you need to be in the billions by now. You cannot even talk with a financial advisor that is privy to the wealthy financial universe, or what is known as private information. For the first time in history, you not only have the opportunity to receive private information, But these caliber of experts will also handle your financial affairs for you as well. That's right. For the cost of a latte per day, you can have working on your behalf the same caliber of experts that the Buffetts, the Winfreys, the Carters, the Gates, the Musks, and more have. This is extremely powerful. Can you imagine how different your life would be if you never had to worry about money again? But not only you, what if your future generations never had to worry about money again? Could you imagine what life would be like if you could start living the lifestyle that you really want and it not affecting your credit score or your bank account? If so, pay close attention to what I'm going to share with you next. We have been given a gift called MWR, an acronym for Making Wealth Real. You have the chance to join a community of people that have pooled their resources to obtain the best experts in their particular field to make sure that you have the private information and assistance in making your money grow exponentially while you are doing what you normally do in life. In other words, they do the work for you. You get to meet with these experts virtually or physically. You decide so that they can develop a plan for you that they can execute on your behalf. In other words, your wealth is on autopilot, but it is transparent so you can see everything going on with your finance. The beautiful thing about this is that the experts want you to learn the information as they do it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. So, how does it work? The experts are going to set you up as your own bank. When you are set up as your own bank, just like the bank can use money multiple times, so can you. Were you aware that the banks are allowed to use the money that you put in the bank several times? For instance, if you put $100 in the bank, then they can use it at least 9 times so that it becomes $900 for them. You can now use your money 2 times instead of one. Once you become your own bank, once the experts have consulted with you about becoming your own bank, it is time to start funding your bank. The experts then are going to find where you have excess money. Now, I know you think you don't have excess money, but they are experts at finding ways to lower your bills for you, increase your paycheck, lower your debt, and increase your credit score, which will increase the monies that you have on hand. That excess money, along with 401ks and IRAs, are now going to go into one of your banks. Lastly, and when you are truly ready, the experts will set up a 3-tier, proper jurisdictional, bulletproof trust. This trust cannot be touched no matter what, and is totally tax free and will keep you and your family out of probate court forever. See, a will means you will go to probate, but the proper trust set up by the experts in the know is a promise that you and your future generations will never end up in probate court. Once this is complete, the experts will start working with you to lower your taxes and put you in the lowest tax bracket possible. At this stage is where the experts will consider if you have or need a business. Most people are not aware that a business is not necessarily a profit bearing entity for the wealthy, but many businesses are tax shelters or designed to bring them into a lower tax bracket. See, the goal is to take people from W-2 employees paying 28 to 37% in taxes, turn them into business owners paying 18 to 22% in taxes, help them become investors so they only pay 10 to 15% in taxes, then set them up with trust to reduce their taxes down to 0 to 5%. This is done in a manner that is ethic, legal, and moral. So just imagine if you made $100,000 this year in income, right? Now, you'll be paying about $28,000 to $37,000 per year in just income tax, right? And the experts are going to now help you to reduce it legally, ethically, and morally to just $5,000 per year or less in taxes, income tax, right? What would you do with that extra $23,000 to $32,000 plus per year? You would do what those of us who have taken advantage of this wonderful blessing have done and invest it into your own bank, right? So now what I'm going to share with you is what happens when you fund your bank. Once you fund your bank or open an account with your bank, you are now going to receive up to 30 times the annual interest that the bank pays. Right? I'm going to repeat that one more time. You're going to receive up to 30 times the annual interest that the bank pays. Right now, you are receiving about 1%, if that, from the average savings account. Your bank is going to pay you for the 30% or more, depending on the economy, right? So the bank that your own personal bank, right? When you become your own bank, you're going to start receiving 4 to 30% or more, depending on the economy. Now, you might say, well, I thought you said that it would be risk free and the economy doesn't matter. And I would say, excellent question, because that means you're paying close attention. You are right, because this is why these accounts are so special. When the economy goes up, the interest paid to you goes up. So if you're receiving 4% and the economy goes up and now you're getting 6%, right? It goes up with that. Your interest will go up. But watch this. And when the economy goes down, your interest paid stays where you left off. In other words, in that example, it would stay at the 6%. When the economy goes back up, if the interest rate goes back up, let's say it goes to 10%, and you're now getting paid at 10%, which is higher due to the increase in the economy, your interest rate goes up. And if it falls again, it stays at the $10 or the 10%, excuse me. It stays at that 10% or where it is at presently. You can never lose. The wealthy made the rules for them where they never lose. You have just been given a key to a system that never loses. The other beautiful thing is this. Let's say over time you have put $5,000 into your account and you want to borrow from yourself, right? You can borrow from yourself and pay yourself back with an interest rate that you choose and you set all of the terms. While you have taken the money out of the account, it is going to continue paying you interest as if you never took the money out of the account. Also, when you pay yourself back, you will have $10,000 in the account instead of $5,000 that you initially took or borrowed. This is a game changer in itself. However, another bonus to this account is that when you borrow the money to pay off debt, the experts will show you how to pay off debt and have profit when paying off debt versus a loss. Wouldn't it be wonderful to pay off debt and end up with a profit? Now you see why the wealthy are wealthy. In the average financial universe, you lose when you pay off debt. In the wealthy universe, you have a profit when you pay off debt. You can only win. What was the difference between the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts? In other words, why are the Rockefellers wealthy until this day, right? So, in other words, why are the Rockefellers wealthy until this day and the Vanderbilts are not? Simple. The Rockefellers followed this system and the Vanderbilts did not. There are so many other features and benefits to each of these programs that I spoke of today, and I do not want to inundate you with the information. Click on the link and get started today, or contact me through the medium that you saw in this video in order to set up a time when I can answer any question that you might have. And as I stated before, if you are not running to contact me, or if you are not clicking on the link to get started today, you've missed something. Watch this video over and over and over again until it clicks. Lastly, I'm going to leave you with some testimonials of real people just like you that have had success working with the experts.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gerald W. Parker. I'm here to share with you my results from the most exciting opportunity that exists on planet Earth. That is MWR Financial. You want to talk about a complete financial makeover? I plugged into this system more than 5 years ago, and I'm experiencing a life full of freedom, options, choices. It's real. Listen, here's what I did. Consulted with the CPAs, looked at my current tax situation, got me back $350 a month, money I saw in my check 2 weeks later. I move on to the next component of the program, which is credit restoration. I come out of there with a 128-point increase in my credit score, not realizing that 128-point increase would get me a reduction in my homeowners and automobile premium. I mean, you talk about cash flow from my existing finances, all because of an increase in credit score. I move on to the next component of the program. They're going to put me in a position where I can consult with experts as it relates to investments, right? Now, at the time, I'm going to a job every day, putting money into a 401k. I'm contributing enough with the companies giving me a match. But even with the match, the growth of the fund was so slow that I was scheduled to work for those guys for another 25 years. Now, keep in mind, 55, that was the number as to when I started the platform, right? So now, based on that, 25 years, add 55 to it, we're talking 80. That was the plan, ladies and gentlemen, because I didn't have a plan. So I asked my MWR financial investment consultant to help me create an investment vehicle that would get me out here sooner rather than later. Lo and behold, these guys started speaking what I thought was French. Why? Because I'd never heard of anything like this before. This whole concept of self-banking, a private reserve account where I could put money into a fund, have access to this money anytime I want it for any reason I need it. Never pay taxes on it, guaranteed never to lose any money. I would call the guy a lie. Who does that? Wealthy people do it every single day. Again, I'm naive to this whole process, so my thought was, where am I going to get $10,000 or $20,000 to jumpstart an investment vehicle to get me the kind of returns that you guys are talking about? The guy said, you don't need $10,000 or $20,000. The same $350 they saved me in taxes, the same $200 I saved because of the credit score increase, or the money that I used to jumpstart the investment account. Turns out this private reserve account is paying me 10 times more than my 401k, put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25. At this point, I'm shouting glory, hallelujah. Why? Because for the very first time in my adult life, I've got a clear picture of what my financial future looks like. We're not done yet. We've added another component, the bill shredder. This thing puts me in a position where I've got experts negotiating the reduction in payments for you on all of my bills. Now listen, savings, here's my results. Internet, $120 a month savings. My Sirius XM satellite radio contract, $173 saved. I just saved $84 a month on my automobile insurance through this program. What am I doing with this money? Putting it back in my pocket, creating a situation where I can win.
Hi everybody, this is Bruce Lynch. I'm coming to you from Columbia, Missouri, and sometimes Thailand. Yep, that's what I said, sometimes Thailand. I've been a proud member and executive director with MWR since October of 2020. Before MWR, my retirement ideas was a half-baked 401k and Social Security. My 401k got left with the private sector when I opened up our businesses with the Thai folk. But anyway, after I got a hold of MWR, the coaching experts gave me direction and tracking, which I wasn't doing very well before MWR. My tracking skills for my finances was junk. I could keep track in the kitchen, I could keep track of the cash register, but I couldn't track my personal finances for squat. Anyway, after all the coaching and special instructions from the experts at MWR, my credit score went up 100 points. My retirement plan got rolled into our PRA account, which put me in a position and positioned me to make double-digit interest as opposed to paying double-digit interest with the credit situation that I was in. I now have a debt-free date of January 1st of 2024. The only thing I have in debt as far as my personal stuff goes is a vehicle. I'm going to pay that off a little bit early, per their suggestions. increasing my credit score some more and putting me probably in the 800 domain. I'm currently in the mid 700s, which is awesome. It saves me money. It even saved me money on my current truck loan. From 4.5%, it took me down to 2.5%. That was pretty significant. And at this point, the biggest takeaway is being more structured in my personal finances for success. And instead of paying double-digit interest, I'm earning double-digit interest, which is pretty dope transition. That's a flex for me, big time. Anyway, everybody should and could and can take better accountability and integrity with their finances by using our services. I appreciate your time. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Yolanda DuPont from Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been with MWR a little over 2 years now. And in just those 2 years, they have helped me out so much. I've gotten a $739 pay raise per month on my check. I have never received an $8,000 refund. So I'm super excited about that. Also, my credit has gone up over 60 points, and that pay raise and that credit score allowed me to refinance my home. I had 37 years left on a 40-year modified mortgage. They took that down to 15 years. I went from a 6.3 to a 3.2% interest rate, saved myself over $130,000 in interest, and I was able to pay off my vehicle with that refinance. That's my baby monster that's in my garage. I'm excited about that too. Also, I was able to save money on my bills, and debt elimination has taken that 15 years. They saved me a year and 11 months off of that. So 2035, I will be debt free. And on top of that, I have an annual asset residual income of $7,200, $600 a month, $20 per day so far. And I'm looking forward to everything else that's to come. Thank you, MWR. Thank you to the experts. And as my 30-plus year best friend says, it is time to get on the other side of money. So let's get serious about our finances so that we can travel the beaches of the world excited, because we are our own bank. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name is Sean T. Hill. I'm out of Atlanta, Georgia, Conyers specifically. And prior to learning about MWR, I was struggling as a high school math teacher. And so when my best friend Richard Harden shared this MWR membership with me, it was June 9th, 2020. And I got started with the experts because I wanted them to help me find my money the way they helped Richard find his. And they helped me find $122,000 in potential business expenses. I think over $15,000 of that was potential mileage deductions. They looked at my bills. They've helped me save over $1,300 on my monthly bills. My credit was so bad, they wouldn't even take my cash. They helped my credit score go up about 90 points, and they consistently and continually work on that. I didn't even know I could ever be debt-free. They showed me my debt-free date was originally December 2026, but they were able to move that up over 2 years to April of 2024. They showed me how to use that new cash flow to get to my millionaire date, January 2049, my 78th birthday. I was able to match my teaching income with residual income in 86 days, and I've earned over $100,000 in business income since partnering. Now they have me in position to actually start investing and generating passive income. So guys, thank whoever shared this testimony with you, but the most important testimony is yours. Let's put you in position and get your testimony. God bless. Talk to you guys soon.
Hey, this is Richard Harden in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been involved with MWR Financial, their financial makeover process, for about 2.5 years. And in that time, some amazing things have happened for me and my family. First thing they did was just help me understand some strategies to get cash back into our house. So with the instant pay raise, I was able to increase my take-home pay from my job, $636 per check. That's $1,272 that I was overpaying in taxes. And I took that money, dropped it into the debt elimination strategy as a part of the margin. And it showed me that with my creditors plan, I'd be in debt for another 24 more years. But they showed me how to get out of debt in 6 years and save me $250,000 in interest payments. I went to work on that strategy right away, paid off $52,000 in credit card debt that first year and a half, which allowed me to pay off the mortgage on my first rental property 12 years early, so that we have a cash flow just through tax reduction and debt elimination of close to $4,000 a month. We add that to the $1,571 they save me on every month bills, cable, internet, cell phone, security, even my pest control, and then increase my credit score from the 700s to 810 to at its peak, a 834 that let me refinance this house and my second rental from 5.75 down to 3% each. That saves me about $100,000 per property on the life of those loans. And that was just getting money back. Now, with just sharing my story, what the experts were able to do for me and building our network, we generate an extra $3,000 to $4,000 a month currently on their way to that next $5,000 tier, all part-time while still working very busy full-time jobs. And we've been able to grow money in unique ways, different than the advice that I got from Fidelity about how to put more money into more stocks and bonds. We're able to become our own bank through the private reserve account, with that account now approaching 6 figures, and get land in the path of growth through land banking so that we had real estate, but no tenants and no toilets. Watched it accelerate and grow 43% in value. All of that is a part of the money makeover, and those just happened in 2 years. I'm excited about what's happened. I can't wait to see what happens next. Talk soon.
My name is James Mackey from Alexandria, Virginia. My wife is on MWR with simple 3 letters, PRA, private reserve account. You can get 12% on your money tax-free, stop self-employed, and ties to $100,000 for life insurance. My second why was the land banking part, since I'm in real estate. $40,000 investment in Compton, California. Everything else was extra. Getting paid 2 different ways daily. I was able to be in the millionaire club as well, being a part of MWR Foundation. That was my why.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Odom, and I live in Winder, Georgia. I joined MWR in June of 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. Before MWR, I felt like I was overpaying in taxes. My credit was so bad I couldn't purchase anything unless I had cash. I was in so much debt I didn't know what to do. After working with the experts, I submitted my pay stubs to have my W-4 adjusted, but they told me I was tax deficient. So I submitted my 3 credit reports, and my credit score went from 538 to 780. That's 242 points. With that, I was able to purchase a brand new home and become a first-time homeowner with an interest rate of 3.2%. By using the debt elimination system, they have a plan for me to be debt-free 1 year, 8 months sooner than my creditors will have me, who will have me in debt until June of 2040. This will save me $8,234 in interest. My debt-free date is October of 2038, and my millionaire date is July of 2054. I recommend everyone take their finances seriously.
Hi, my name is Nina Caldwell from Windsor Mill, Maryland, and I've been with MWR Financial for 3 years, come this October. Before MWR Financial, I was drowning in credit card debt. I was living paycheck to paycheck. But since I've become a member, I no longer am drowning in debt, and I am no longer living paycheck to paycheck. MWR financial experts were able to get me $247 back into my paycheck every single pay period. That's almost $500 a month, $7,900 a year. They were also able to help me eliminate my debt in less time than the creditor said I would be in the debt. They were able to devise a plan specifically for me to pay off $50,000 in credit card debt in 14 months. I was also able, now that I've paid off the credit card debt, I was able to watch my credit scores, watch the experts work, and my credit score went up. It went up from a 609 to a 776. That's awesome. Then I was able to hire my daughter. So instead of me paying her allowance, I now pay her a salary, and I'm able to pay her up to $12,000 a year and write that off as a business expense. That's a win-win-win for my household. So MWR has been an absolute blessing. Let me tell you this, folks. Don't block your blessing.
Guys, we've all heard the saying that one decision can change your life, and MWR and the experts did just that for me. My name is Ken Lawrence. I come to you guys from Gonzales, Louisiana, and here's my MWR story. Previous to MWR Financial, like most people, I was living paycheck to paycheck, working a job that I absolutely hated. So when I joined MWR Financial, the first thing that I did was corrected my tax withholdings. The experts went ahead and acted on my behalf, corrected my W-4, and got me an additional $840 a month back into my paycheck. No additional work. The experts simply corrected my form. Second thing I did was started working on my credit. I knew credit was important, and